Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome back to the Golden Feather Tavern. I'm Chibi, your hostess for tonight, and Vertek is not far behind me. He's just in the back getting some stuff prepared. So, today we're going to discuss speaking of Vertek, he just popped out of the back of the tavern. Hello there, friend. Uh-oh. May not be able to hear us quite yet. Still connecting to the Centel. But when he does pop in, we'll say hi. But yes, so if you have not been here before, we are the Golden Feather Tavern. We like to play MMORPGs, RPGs, and a variety of other things. And our Tuesday Tavern Talks are primarily a space where we like to chat about our experiences in these games, what we're doing next, and things like that. So if you have played Scars of Honor, if you have played ESO, or you want to play ESO, and you want to talk about all those things, that's what we're going to be discussing tonight. Vertek, is your send message spell working yet?
I think so.
Okay, let me see how quiet you are for everybody, because you seem pretty quiet for me. Go ahead and chat.
No, I don't like quiet.
Okay, it's just for me. You're fine. I have on per usual, I have Discord at like 50%, but you're coming through loud and clear for everybody else.
Yay.
Yay. So I know you kind of missed the last day of Scars of Honor's playtest with me because you were busy packing. But Oracle says that he just started the download for ESO. Vertek is invisible. Yes, Vertek is not on cam with me tonight. He is in a different area. Hydrate for Twiggy. And he does not have the best magic connection to show Portal.
My portal is not strong.
His portal is not strong. So yes, big sad, I know, but this is what happened.
So
true. Scars of Honor mentioned. Yes, Scars of Honor mentioned. I was asking you, Vertek, and anybody else who play tested with us, Grandpa, Oracle, Twiggy, Tayloon, what did you think of the Scars of Honor playtest as far as a technical alpha? And are you intrigued in future tests?
Me, yes. I am interested in future tests for sure. As far as the technical test goes, I think it was a lot better than other ones we've tested.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have a pretty decent base, especially if some of the main things they were looking to test was just leveling and some of the questing and just the game systems in general, like the networking and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because there are plenty of people there to test that. And we also found other bugs along the way too.
Yeah. I agree.
It's good times. It's good times. It seems to have promise. I like playing around with the, I know it's not like the technical test part of it. I bet you I just got really quiet because I forgot I'm not on my headphones.
No.
I'm on the computer mic. Wow.
I was like, you're kind of getting a little bit quiet there.
Yeah, Discord's being mean. It wouldn't let me use both the microphone and speakers on the headset I'm wearing.
Oh.
So I'm just listening in the headphones and talking on the microphone on the laptop.
Gotta love technology. Tayloon says, Wizard, give me your strongest portal. You can't handle my strongest portal. Oracle says, I'm interested in the crafting and really want to see how it works out. Same. I'm curious to see what changes they make to that. Grandpa says, I really enjoyed the playtest. Yes, it had its issues, but for what it was fun. And I look forward to seeing more. I agree. And I mean, some of the people we rated, other people that tested, like obviously they had less than favorable ideas of the test. But I mean, in my opinion, focusing specifically on what their goal was of the test. Yes, you can take out all of these other extra inputs that you want. Yes, that is more than okay to do so. However, when considering the viability of this playtest and how well it succeeded, I think by the standards that they were measuring, they did rather well. Did they learn things along the way? Yes. They, as any indie studio doing things like this for the very first time, there's a lot to learn on the fly, and I think that they handled it very well, in my opinion. So,
They probably learned that gamers, when they see something land in Steam, it must be amazing, or else they get
yeah.
upset.
Yeah, probably. I am, by the way, if I look a little distracted, I am currently trying to do something to get you a vertex on the screen. So don't mind me.
Just
But
a vertex, any vertex.
some sort of vertex, yeah. But
Oh my goodness, you hear that? She's trying to replace me with just any old vertex.
oh, I'm sure you will find that you appreciate what I am replacing you with.
Oh no.
Don't worry, it's
You're
not
both scared and curious.
it's not what do you call it? Sailor Moon Vertec.
Scurious, one might say. I'm scurious.
Okay, I'm going to unlock that one so I can. Oh no, all of these are locked, so I can't do anything. Okay. Give. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I can crop a little bit more. I can crop a little bit more. So since Vertec is connecting via portal, can we have an image of him doing the fish lens effect? I don't have an effect to put on there, but I do appreciate the thought behind it. Don't worry, you'll see what I'm doing in just a second. I'm almost done with my masterpiece, okay?
Almost done with the masterpiece. I can't wait to see it.
Almost
But,
done with the masterpiece.
For those of you folks in chat, though, like, what were the biggest nifty parts about the test that you bumped into?
Yeah, I like that question. What was your favorite part of the test? I think is a good one too.
Because there's obviously going to be, everyone's going to have some of the big negative things, which were like, latency and skills and a little bit of lag here and there. Servers going ick on the first day or two, which, I mean,
Yeah.
kind of to be expected.
Yeah, especially because they
But
were
what was
mainly
the
in-house,
thing?
right? So, should I repost my opinion on the playtest since you asked? I mean, I guess. I don't know what you're asking exactly, but sure. Question mark. I love the mining. Yeah, there we go. I got you a vertex. I hope you appreciate this vertex.
Yeah, with the finger guns.
With the finger guns. I don't think I missed any of your messages earlier today. So anyway, I think while we wait, one of my favorites is just how interesting that they made a bunch of the things. I mean, obviously, I feel like the mini games were like a little overkill when you had so many different ones, but I don't know. I know it's super early. There's not a whole lot of content to judge it off of, but I think that they're going about it in an interesting way. So curious to see what their goal is with the classes and the races. So while we wait, Vertec, what is yours?
Honestly, I think it was probably the skill trees. Like, I know it's still an early version of it,
Yeah.
but I did enjoy the theory crafting portion of what's going to be my best gain, because I want to go with this as my base. Like, I need this skill to play the kind of play style I want to play. But then what other things can I grab with my points? How far can I stretch them? Literally stretch them across the map
Yeah.
to grab the next things that I want to get.
Yeah.
And what can I put together?
The skill trees were definitely interesting. I hadn't really experienced a skill tree like that. The closest I have would be Dead by Daylight. Grandpa is saying the combat was good once the spell latency was better, and I think that was one of their biggest struggles was the spell latency, for sure. Getting that to get figured out. Um, what else can I think of? Although I have to say, it is no surprise to me at all that Oracle says mining, because Oracle always says mining. um, so previously, not today, but another time, Tayloon had said, keep in mind that what we got was only a small part of what the talent galaxies are supposed to look like. The plan is to make them much bigger. Yeah. Bean, 1 year. Cheers.
My goodness. Cheers
1
to that.
year's resub. It's been almost a year. It is a year. Almost a year for a streak, but you've been resub for 12 months at all.
Holy cow. You're a super bean. You're a super bean.
Cheers to you, friend. Thank you. And if you guys don't know, Bean is our artificer, aka our mod. I think Lunar was appreciating how in theme everything is in the Discord. So part of that is Bean's help, but a good amount of that was me wanting it to be in theme. It was just working off of what started as just a podcast for Ashes, making it make sense for Ashes, and then being like, well, now let's make it ourselves. Like, make it all about more of us and what we're doing. So, Bean's been pretty awesome.
It's been an adventure.
Yeah, it has. Our marvelous artificer, I guess. Yeah, I agree. Just do what I'm told and make magic happen. Yeah, fair.
It's funny you say that, since the first ask was make magic happen, and then you made magic happen.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm curious to see who earned enough social Discord credit to make it into the next testing phase. Are you talking about Scars of Honor still? Yeah, it's a good question.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it's an easy one to start with the people that are not being destructive with their feedback. You know, as one of the other mods had previously stated, some people are just trashing it for clout, and I don't know who those people are. I don't really care to discuss who those people are. That's neither my business nor the point. But when it comes to testing games and being a part of these communities of small developers, it's one of those things where the constructive criticism and taking a moment to remember, like, you are talking to other human beings that are putting a lot of time and effort and their livelihoods into building something, and just taking a moment to just be a little bit more respectful with how you respond to them and how you give feedback goes a lot further than a lot of people realize. And I've met people on both sides, like the people that are afraid to say like the negatives, but it's more about like, it's fine to say what you think is negative about a game. It's more like how you say it, in my opinion.
Be constructive with your criticism.
Yeah. Bean's asking if they're going NDA officially. Tayloon says yes, they don't want more bad actors, so you gotta filter them based on their social credit score. Oh Lord. Why did that just give me like, what is it, Black Mirror vibes?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not my fault. Yeah. They have feelings. They're humans. They have feelings.
One of my favorite episodes, to be honest, just because it was so on the nose. It's crazy.
Yeah. But as they need to, in my opinion, people would be trashing stuff. It's true. It's a little frustrating. Like, just because it gets you views or whatever. I don't know. I also find that exhausting to uphold long term. Like, being more negative about stuff. Like, I mean, we've seen content creators go down a rabbit hole like that and just wind up in a very bad mental health space on the other end.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I don't know. I like to imagine that everyone out there trashing new MMOs as they're just trying to get started are actually like really old Age of Conan fans, or like Neverwinter Nights fans that are like just trying to get everybody to revert back to those old games.
Huh.
So everything new is just garbage, and that's all they see it as.
Interesting. That's a take I did not have. Um,
That's just how I like to imagine them.
so with Scars of Honor, hold on. Oh, I restarted my computer, so my Steam is closed. That's what happened. With Scars
14.
of Honor being kind of done for the moment, and obviously, if we are welcomed back to do future testing, we would be happy to jump into that. But of course, if it's under NDA, we can't exactly discuss it unless they give us like a verbal NDA release or something. But the next thing on our list is the Elder Scrolls Online. Which I have found to be TESO and not just ESO. they add the T for the, which we do too. Is for the Golden Feather Tavern. It's TGFT and not just GFT, for example. But when I'm trying to like tag them, I just remember Elder Scrolls. I didn't realize there was the Elder Scrolls part. So yeah, it's
Well, at least
visual
with us,
only. Okay.
there is one specific golden feather we're talking about. So it's the golden feather.
Yes, we are the only Golden Feather Tavern. It is about one Golden Feather specifically. Okay, gotcha. I also hate the reviews of, well, I want you to do it more like this other MMO I am currently playing and I like better. Because I saw a lot of that in AOC. Didn't play SOH, but heard they had some similar. Okay. We can talk about Scars, just can't stream the gameplay. Gotcha. So yeah, if we get invited back to the next testing phase, we would be happy to discuss more Scars and our opinions on it and how we think everything is going. And I mean, one thing that you'll always be able to expect from our channel is a chill, kind of level-headed assessment of everything. Obviously, I can get excitable about certain things, but it will never be like over the top hype or over the top negativity, I guess. I don't know what the right word is for the other way. But like we'll be reasonably hyped about it, and we'll discuss the pros and cons in a very casual and conversational way. Bring out the spreadsheet. True. Although I don't know if like Vertec, I don't know how you feel about judging everything based off of this technical alpha on our official spreadsheet currently.
We could probably adjust a few things, but
The overall
yeah,
data is at large.
Yeah, there's still going to be like the speculative adjustments and such like that are going to happen.
Yeah. Like, I have no idea much of how the story actually feels. I have no idea how like the leveling feels and things like that. So
yeah, because we're also not sure with this if those quests are kind of like, well, let's get something in there that kind of makes sense and call it a day. Like just get some in there.
Yeah, and that's
And
why
they're gonna come through and like it's gonna have actual story behind some of that stuff.
Yeah. And that's part of the reason why I'm not feeling super confident in rescoring all of Scars, but I mean, I'd be happy to rescore some of it. I don't know how much of it, probably very little, in my opinion, personally.
Yeah. There's only going to be a couple things we'll be able to adjust. I know it's going to probably overall rocket up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not gonna jump up like hugely.
Probably not. No. Oracle says maybe we can treat it like the AOC PTR when they lifted verbal NDA. What do you mean by that exactly? Like, treat it how? But let's see. So we have Elder Scroll Online, and I was curious which goodness, sorry. Steam always autoplays, and I'm not a fan of that. I wish it would just not autoplay. But I was curious, are we just gonna go ahead and grab the standard edition of Elder Scrolls Online?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Like not getting any like crazy digital deluxe or anything like that.
Yeah, because the standard has the base game and the Morrowind chapter, and then Deluxe has all major story content and quests found across Tamriel, as well as the base game, and some content, a content pass, and all 8 previous chapters. So there's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we're only going to spend what, maybe a month on it, unless we find a reason to reject earlier.
Let me make sure
So-
he's okay with me doing that first, but I like it. This is a gift from Tay.
Uh-oh. I have a frightened.
I put it in your DM.
What?
Do you want that on the screen?
Sure, dude.
Okay. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, standard edition. That's just $20. I believe the plus membership is kind of like how do you put it? Gorgon? Project Gorgon, where you don't have to have the plus membership. It just gives you extra things, I guess, like crafting benefits and stuff like that.
Kind of brings it up to how it's quote unquote like supposed to be played.
Yeah.
When you get the subscription. Which, I mean, we could end up doing both, right? Start off on the regular.
Yeah.
And then like halfway through do the subscription real quick here, just to see what the difference is, how it feels, how it plays.
Yeah, true. Because I do know that people wanted us to at least try the game before the big update in June? Question mark.
Yeah, they wanted it before and after.
Yeah, before and after. There you go. that's from Tayloon. But
That's wild.
I'm kind of curious too about it. I'm kind of curious too about it. Like, this is both of our first times actually getting into Elder Scrolls Online. I think I played Skyrim once a long time ago, but I don't think I finished it. I do remember.
I played a little bit of some of the older Elder Scrolls games.
Yeah.
I didn't play any of Skyrim. I haven't played any of ESO.
I do remember playing Skyrim one time where I was trying really hard to learn how to do stuff, and I didn't realize that you could accidentally attack guards. So I was like messing with like my spells and abilities, and I mean there's that like meme of the Fusro Da. Well, I accidentally Fusro Da'd a guard off the side of a cliff, just trying to get the mechanics down on my controller, and then immediately I was wanted and killed on sight. Fun fact, just maybe don't turn towards NPCs while trying to learn how to do abilities. It seems safer that way.
You're saying it. The hazards of being awesome.
So, hi, Noobtastic, welcome in. But yeah, Vertec is coming to us through a portal at the moment, and this is the lovely fisheye cam thing that Tayloon made.
Tayloon, is that just like a super distorted version of the image that Chibi put up on screen?
It's gotta be, because that's the only one that I've publicly posted of you in that outfit. So I just started up ESO and it has a 100 gigabyte update. Well, I have all of ESO to download, so I will be doing that probably tonight to purchase an
we have a however big the game is update to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I grabbed it from the screen, quickly edited it. It's pretty funny. But I called this Vertec Peak, by the way, in my files. But
for some reason I feel like it's almost trying to be that I'm trusted. This is my neighborhood. Like that guy.
Yeah.
Open the door.
Open the door.
Except just a little bit more on the I've got Girl Scout cookies to sell end of things.
Being aggressively takes notes of a new Vertex sticker, gremlin face. I love it. Speaking of Bean, Bean was really sweet and got me a little gift, and I'm gonna wear it on Sunday for you guys. It's this cute like skirt and crop top outfit combo. It's really adorable. If you want a door version, I can provide it. I mean, I won't be able to really fit that on the screen. I don't want them to be too tiny.
Yeah, I think this one's good.
Yep, this is
I
fine.
dig it.
Yeah. Aggressively. But yeah.
Thank you, Connie.
Thank you. But let's see. I don't know much about ESO at all, so I'm going to be going into all of this pretty blind. I guess I was going to ask you, for Sunday, do you want me to go through and make my character in ESO for the first time? And then, maybe when Vertec comes back on Thursday, he'll be able to make his character for Mead Quest if he's filling up to it when he gets back home.
Yeah, next Thursday.
Yeah, not this Thursday. This Thursday, I'm still taking over. I think I'm gonna do Wild Heart. Yeah, you have 1 week full of just mainly TV, and Vertec might join, but it's questionable with the internet connection he's got right now. So
yeah. I mean, I might be able to join. It's just my ping may be all over the place.
Yeah. That actually reminds me, I'm going to throw this out there, you guys. We were going to have our community hangout this Saturday, but because Vertec's not home, and I want to make sure that he can be a part of it and has good ping and everything to be able to join us. I'm going to grab this link. This is the link to our May Hangout. And if you guys are new here, our May Hangout is basically a place where we will do kind of like a just chatting. Right now, we are at 155 out of the current goal is 200. If we get to 200 subs, which I don't expect, so please don't feel any pressure. We're grateful we even got to 150, let's be honest. But if we get to 200, we'll both be in a cosplay. Right now, it's me in a cosplay and Vertec in a Yoshi outfit. But the cutoff for that will be on the 15th. So yeah.
This was me in my Tavern garb at 200, right?
It was your Tavern garb if you wanted, or any other costume. It was both of us wearing a costume. So. But let's see, there's a small to rule them all. Yes, ping may be ponging. Yes, absolutely. It's a TV takeover. It is. ESO is a pretty cool story. I'm excited. But apparently Tayloon took your little peak thing and turned it into a Discord avatar and is now dying, apparently. So, yes, Vertec Moon would be 300 subs. Definitely not expecting that because that is twice what we have right now. Ridiculous.
Well, it's a long-term goal.
It is a long-term goal, but in order for me to do the mask, it would be 350 at least. So, just because those things cost money. And we put a lot of our own personal money into TGF. TGF does not really make that much money by itself. So no. all of the money that we do make from Twitch, YouTube, and other places, we put right back into TGF to keep it self-sufficient. And I'm grateful for that. It's gotten to a point where it's more self-sufficient than it was a few years ago. And that is why we like to celebrate every month all of you guys that help us with that, because we are able to expand our things and put less of our personal money into everything because of that. And we're super grateful. So Small Bean says, campaign time, go community, go. Yeah, I wish you luck. And not that I don't think that you guys are capable of it. Just I would be appalled if it actually happened. I don't know what I'd be able to say or do. I would just be like, I can't believe you've actually done this. I think just a moment of, what do you call that? Shock, probably. Yeah.
Operation Shock and Awe.
Shock and awe. Yeah, you can just use what I send you as avatar. I don't even need to edit it. It just works. Okay. Well, Vertec, if you feel like doing that, there you go. Tayloon says ESO is pretty all right, but if you want to craft anything, pretty much need to pay. Yeah, well, we've been told that a couple of times. I'm again, we're only going into this for 1 month, so we're not exactly expecting to like buy all the bells and whistles, because there's no way in 1 month we're covering all of the things.
We will not achieve marketplace domination.
Yeah, like
nor destruction of the world of baddies.
That's a thing for us to consider if we like it enough to come back to it later. So yeah, I think it'd be most fun to see you start the game at the same time so you get all the first reactions together. Well, I intend on doing like my character creation at least, just so that you guys can see me make my character and you can see him make his character. But I won't start the game without him. Like that's kind of a given for me.
Yeah, because it's either we take an off week or she starts without me potentially on the video.
Yeah.
For the first week.
But I mean, I'm more than happy to take a complete off week. I'm more than happy to wait until you get back down next Sunday to start all of this. It just means less time seeing us before and less time, or I guess more time seeing us after the thing. So it's less of us getting our bearings down initially before the update in June. So it's difficult to properly team up until you're out of the tutorial quest anyway. Yeah, probably.
Nah, let's just play the first week as we were already planning. It'll be all right.
Yeah. I mean, we both stream on our channel. It's not like they're going to miss our reactions. So, I mean, you'll just see me get a reaction, and then on Thursday, you'll see him have his reaction. It's going to be like one stream difference when all is said and done.
Well, outside of whatever we're doing this Thursday.
Well, no, this Thursday I'm doing Wild Heart. You wanted me to do Wild Heart.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was saying on Sunday I could do my character creation, and then Tuesday is Tavern Talk, and then Thursday is your mead quest on the 21st, and that would be the day that you'd be like, it's literally just a difference of one stream. So
yeah, you'll be all right. Yeah, work out.
Yeah,
glorious.
Tay, I'm sure we have plenty of other games for that. It doesn't need to be a certain way. But after ESO, to continue our journey, will be Guild Wars 2. So that one, after I think June and July, we have a couple of things coming up in the next couple of months, especially the last part of July. So I feel like this actually works out well, the way that we get like this half month thing, Vertec. Because I was looking at our schedule, in the last half of July, we're going to be going at the end of July up to Gen Con, and the second to last weekend will be us going to the local con. So I think it'll work out pretty well. Yeah.
And then at some point after Guild Wars 2, we're probably going to have much randomness and chaos for you folks.
Yeah.
We have been not just promised, but threatened with just absolute chaos and crazy times when we hit the World of Warcraft.
Oh, yeah. Well, we still also have Final Fantasy 14, unless you want to move those around.
No, you can still just saying sometime after.
Okay.
It's just the last one that you mentioned.
Gotcha. Yeah, because it's Guild Wars 2, then Final Fantasy, and then World of Warcraft last. But basically looking at this, just as a heads up, there will be about a week or so in June that we're gonna be off. And then we'll kind of pick up ESO-ish and then maybe start Guild Wars 2 from there. We'll figure it out. When I get it nailed down, I'll give you guys better dates and everything. But that's just what to expect for the next couple of months. So at that rate I've been going, I might be done next week. Nice. Oracle has been, I guess, Steam rushing. I don't know what you call it. Just going one episode right after the other and pushing through as much anime as possible for One Piece.
Trying to finish all like 1,300 One Piece episodes.
Apparently he's on the Wano arc right now. I don't know. I haven't watched all of the anime, so I'm
I
not.
think you might be ahead of me by now.
Not really sure. Not really something I am trying to do myself. I have so much stuff I already have to do. SG1. I don't know what SG1 is.
Oh yeah, you're supposed to be watching Stargate 1.
Oh. Okay. Well, where does one watch that?
I think it's on Netflix. Giant question mark.
Yeah. Okay. If it's on Netflix, I'll maybe one of these off nights while I'm working on something else, I'll try to pull it up, but no promises anytime soon.
And then the series SG1.
Oh my god. So we're putting Attack on Titan on hold then, yes.
Oh my goodness. No, yeah, folks, we gotta finish Attack on Titan first. That's a must. Because I got left on a cliffhanger when I ran out of episodes to watch at one point, and I never got back around to it, and everyone talks about it, and I'm like, I don't even know.
Yeah. It's on a bunch of streaming services, okay. I can't with One Piece, I tried. Yeah, I'm just watching the live actions. That's good enough for me. That's all I need. Forgot we have to force that movie. No, not a Sunday movie stream. No. I don't want to get hit with a copyright or something. Also, I'm one of those people when I watch my movies, I don't like interruptions. So that's not going to be a good thing for me to stream. Just saying, I'm going to be really boring streamer to watching a movie because I'm going to be like, alerts off, chat off. I'm not talking to you.
Just actually watching
a movie. Yeah, but same. I'm doing the live action ones and liking it. I mean, Vertex says it's pretty close to the anime, and that's good enough for me. It's good enough for me.
There's the spirit of it.
Yeah,
it's obviously skipping some actual content because it's a long series. There's no way they're going to turn every episode into a live action. That would be insane.
Yeah, exactly, Grandpa. Exactly. Like if I have to say anything like, "Ah, welcome in." Ah, shit. What did I just miss? Like, yeah, no. That's also why I don't really do Discord voice hangouts while trying to watch stuff, because inevitably somebody's gonna pop in and try to say hi and chat, and I'm just like not here for it. When I join those, I don't talk. I mute everybody, and I make it so I can only hear the whatever we're watching together thing. So, but yes, I cannot guarantee it any time like this week or next week because there's so much on my plate, but it will be done by the end of May. That's as much as I'm going to be able to guarantee you, Twiggies. End of May. That's all I can give you right now as a guarantee. Only so much you can do special effect wise, and One Piece is so much insane stuff. There's no way they could ever do it. Yeah, there's that too, but I'm pretty excited. Apparently, sorry, super side tangent because we're not talking about ESO or Scars of Honor at this point, but to kind of wrap up this super side tangent, apparently Universal Orlando is eventually going to have a Pokemon area, and I am so dead if they add some sort of thingy that you wear to be a part of the area, like the Mario World and like the wands are, because I know I'm just gonna want to be over there all the time trying to do Pokemon things.
All they got to do is make a major hook into like the trading card game or Pokemon Go.
Yeah. I
People
mean,
would live there.
there's already so many Pokemon Go stops at Universal and also at like Disney Springs that it's easy to add in. But
If there was like a seasonal rotation that was exclusive to like definitely appear there, yeah, that place would be packed.
to kind of bring it back to MMOs, I saw Richie post something about a Power World Online. I don't know if it's actually a thing, but that got me thinking, like, what would a Pokemon MMO RPG look like?
It would look like
Or a Pocket Monster Online. I was gonna
it would look like Animo.
Yeah, Animo. Fair. Oh, I forgot about Animo. Shh, quiet. I don't know what got her in a hustle. Nurse Joy. Hey. This is a family channel. I'm just saying. I would probably cosplay as Nurse Joy. No, ma'am. Chill. Getting all huffy over here.
All I know is Nintendo done messed up by not creating their own Pokemon MMO.
I'm just saying.
Like, forever ago.
There was a lot of requests from communities, like gaming communities, to have things kind of like what Power World was offering and what Animo's trying to bring, things like that for years. But they were just like, nope, we're sticking with this. This is our thing. This is like
it for so long.
Yep.
Power World came along, and then now there's Animo. There's another one I forget the name of.
Yep.
There's I think the Guardians one also is similar, but still different enough to not quite be the same thing. But then there's also another one that's basically Genshin Impact, but with Pokemon also.
Animo comes out this summer? Okay, well, I will have Animo on for a Cozy Quest option. So there you go. We'll do that.
Go catch some Animos.
I'm going to go catch some Animos. And I'm going to cosplay while I do it. Probably. I don't know. Not guaranteeing. But maybe. The outfit that the trainer in the video is wearing looks easy enough to replicate. It's just like a crop jacket, some shorts, a hat, which I never really wear those, and like a shirt. So pretty easy to replicate. Animo comes out this summer. Yeah, not only did they not do an MMO when they should have, they never properly innovated or evolved Pokemon formula in the ways people wanted exactly. That's where Power World came from, if you ask me. I agree. Wasn't there a game like that called Temtem? I heard like something called Temtem before.
Temtem.
Is it Temtem Online? Or no, just Temtem?
I think just Temtem.
Okay. Temtem reminds me of Digimon.
Can you imagine if they did like a Pokemon MMO in like the Voyages and Nera style?
That would be crazy. That kind of how like Animo feels for me.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if Animo had housing. I don't know if it does, but that'd be neat. So that'd be nuts, right? I'm just saying, missed opportunities, man. But that, and like the problem with Pokemon, in my opinion, is understandably Nintendo prefers to stay and remain on the Switch when there's so many of these other games like Power World and Animo that are making themselves available to PC players. I would play the newer anime, or not newer anime, but the newer Pokemon games if I could just do it on my computer instead of a Switch. Like Pokopia or Pokopia, however you're supposed to say it. Like, that looked cute. That looked up my alley. I watched Bean play it because I refused to go buy a Switch 2 just for Pokopia. So, I live vicariously through Bean while I work. So, but yeah.
Let's see. Temtem came out in 2022.
Okay.
which was actually just a couple of years before Power World.
Interesting. Do you think Power World maybe took off more because of the graphic style?
Yeah, it's a more updated and like polished graphic style. Plus, I mean, it had much more, I think, like actual world building or base
Yeah.
building.
Technically, they could just sell licenses to developers to make PC Pokemon games. However, due to how things work over there in Japan, this happening anytime soon is unlikely. Yeah, and I think that's part of what's like shooting them in the foot is if they could have just allowed people to be able to play these games on PC a long time ago, they probably would have seen a wider market, maybe. Excuse me. But on top of that, it feels like, I mean, I can't talk to the more recent ones. The last one I played was Sword and Shield. I was trying to like say it, but like my brain was trying to say it weird. I'm totally the cranky old man sitting in the corner of the tavern when we all talk anime. I'm lost. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm trying to get us back off of that. But I was just saying, like, the last time I played Sword and Shield, it felt like minorly iterated on compared to like Ruby and Sapphire from so many years ago. Like obviously the graphics have updated and there's like new things that you can do with the Switch that you can't do with like a Game Boy, but it's still like the formula is basically the same. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's kind of the thing, right? They basically have the same kind of formula for every Pokemon game that comes out.
Yeah.
They just might introduce like a new mechanic or a new small feature.
Yeah, it's the same Pokemon, but this time we added Blink.
Maybe a couple different starter Pokemon, a couple of
Yeah.
little flavors here and there.
To be
There you go.
honest, some of the newer starter Pokemon are not as cute as the originals. Some of the original ones, the older school ones. So, Shorten's Shield, Shorten. It's called Pokemon in Space.
In space.
um, but yeah, I'm pretty excited to try out ESO. Um, I know next to nothing, so I'm really excited to jump in and experience a lot of the things. Vertec, what do you think? At least getting through like the character creator and then the tutorial thing. But how do you know when you're done with the tutorial? Like, is it obvious? Is it obvious when you get done with the tutorial?
Good question. I was gonna say, if everyone has like not necessarily spoilers, but at least tips for starting out.
Yeah,
Like, hey, make sure you don't forget to do this, or make sure you don't overlook that.
yeah. Ideally, no
Make
spoilers,
sure you
please.
don't do this because you're gonna regret it if you do this one thing. Or
Like
like sell this
selling,
one thing.
yeah. From what I remember, after the tutorial, you arrive on your first town. Okay. So when I get to a first town, that's when I'll just go ahead and end that gameplay. And then that way, as soon as Vertec gets through as well, because ideally, when Vertec's back on the 21st, I'll be hanging out in here with him for his Mead quest. And then once he's done with doing like the character creator and everything, I'll be there waiting for him at the end of the tutorial. And then we'll just group up together from there, I think. So.
Mhm. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, it's obvious when you get done with it. When you're in the world proper, you'll know. Okay, perfect. That's all I need to know, because the last thing I want to do is like get done with the tutorial and then be like, oh no, I went so much further than like when you actually get done with the tutorial, and now I have to remember what I did so that Vertex not left behind. There are a few settings you should change. That's really the only make sure you do this stuff that you need to know. A few basic things like making it so people can't spam you with dual requests, etc. Oh, thank God you can turn that off. That's good, because like when I'm sure Bean has experiences when you get into games like Final Fantasy and stuff. If you're not in a guild or something, like you tend to get spammed with guild requests. So, but yeah, if you have ESO or if you've been wanting to try ESO, you're more than welcome to join us in doing ESO starting on Sunday,
Yeah.
or more like starting next Sunday, next week. But
You've just been wanting to just start a new character or something?
yeah, I have no idea how that works, if you can have multiple characters or not. But I do know I will want to get nice after we get a couple of games in, a couple of play sessions in. I do want to try to get nice on a Tavern talk and just chat about ESO, because that has been like his thing. In fact, he's playing it right now. So,
I'll show you where the PvP grounds are, so you can go dominate with them for a little bit.
yeah, absolutely.
Go crush some noobs.
Yeah. But oh my gosh. But yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to trying out Guild Wars 2 a little bit more officially. I think I forgot when we tried Guild Wars 2. I think it was between tests or something. But I kind of was going into Guild Wars 2 with the expectation of not playing it long term because I was expecting to drop it for Ashes. So I wonder if this like reframed state of mind of like, I'm not dropping this for Ashes, I'm looking for my next MMO home, might give me a little bit more patience with the game. Because I'm less likely to get into something if I think I'm not going to be playing it later. Although that being said, I think again the mindset was reframed a little bit, right? So Project Gorgon, and I don't say this because I want you to think that Vertec dragged me into this. I say this because the power of MMOs is that they're more fun when you're playing them with other people. I think Lunar, it was you that had said if it wasn't for Vertec and I and our group already playing Scars, you wouldn't have really jumped in as much as you had. And I think that has a lot to say about like the people that you're playing with. And I typically will follow Vertec anywhere he goes for the most part. If it's Call of Duty, I'm sorry, my love, I'm not joining you. But trying out Project Gorgon was a lot of fun, especially because I was spending time with him and we were trying out stuff together there. But me playing it by myself, not likely. And I'm kind of looking at that in the same context of at the end of playing ESO, is this a game I could see myself logging on to even when Vertec is busy? Because I like playing it that much. And I know I tend to get into these pitfalls of I'm not allowed to play my character because we're not on the same quest and I can't progress without you. And I feel like I can't do anything if you're not on. And I'm working on that mindset because there's so many other like crafting things and stuff that I could be working on. But I need
many
to feel
other adventures you could be having for sure.
Yeah. But I need to like remind myself that if that's how I'm feeling, like I want to get on, I want to play, that's a good sign. And I kind of felt like that with Ashes a little bit. I think Ashes is the first one I kind of branched out and I was like, well, I know that I could work on alchemy and herbalism and things like that when you're offline, because those are all things that take time and that I want to progress in. And that way when you're online, I'm progressing through these things with you. So Project Gorgon made me feel like a kid in a candy store with the features I found. Very fair. But also, to be fair, I've really only played MMOs with like my dad or you, I guess. Like I kind of played by myself for a little bit and I was like hopping from like group to group because like a guild would dissolve or whatever, like when I was in college before I met you, Vertec. But I kind of mainly just played when I streamed and I progressed kind of by myself, but it's very much more fun when you play with other people, in my opinion, like MMOs in particular. So
yeah, absolutely.
When I wasn't playing MMOs at that time, I was typically playing things like Assassin's Creed and and stuff like that, because those were fun. Those were meant to be single player games. So yeah, man,
Mhm.
MMOs are so interesting. I like them. An RPG I look forward to, and I don't know about you, Vertek. Actually, I don't know if I asked you this. I know you showed it to me, but I don't know if you showed it to me because you thought I would be interested in it, or if you showed it to me because you were interested in it and were hoping I'd be interested in it too, which is Fable, the remake, later this year, maybe. Let me go update my opinion on that. Fable.
Yeah, it's one
Release
I think
date.
a lot of people will be interested in. I know I love the first one I played. It was
Yeah.
really good. It was lots of fun.
It still says autumn of 2026, so that's what we have to
Okay.
go off of. But
So time will tell.
time will tell. It's already been pushed back at least once at this point, maybe twice. But is there anything that you want to discuss for tech? Sorry, I'm trying to pull out like topics from my mind.
Um, Honestly, if it hadn't been a work day right after a long travel day, I'd probably have a lot more in the mind. But today my brain has been like just bah. It's
That's
been
fair.
moosh. Got off work.
That's fair. Um, where
But
are we pushing the early access date for Scars of Honor? No, we're not talking about Scars of Honor, Taylor. We were talking about the Fable thing. Hi, Cat Square. Welcome in.
yeah, Fable's what we were talking about is when that was going to be released.
Yeah. Just got off of work too. Brain is fried for the evening. Yeah, I feel that. We have our drinks. I have a pink margarita. But Vertek, I need you. I'm sorry. I know your brain is a little fried. I have to use the restroom.
Okay.
I
You do
need you
that.
to
You do
take
that.
over.
But but yeah, I know. I went and I got this. I don't even know what it is. It's a red wine from Georgia, not the United States state Georgia, but the country Georgia. And it's very much like a red cherry and berries heavy flavor, and I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I had to go grocery shopping so I could actually survive the next 2 weeks here while doing the work thing. Excuse me. Well, I guess it's only really a week and a half, but close enough. Close enough. Yeah, it's only Tuesday, but it's been a long week. Exactly. The Tavern motto strikes again. Hmm. But yeah, it's about time to break back into Power World, at least for a little bit. By the way, because apparently they've done a bunch of collabs like Fey Break and Terraria. They got a bunch of little videos out for that. They have new pals. Blackberry cherry mead. Yeah, I'm gonna do. That's gonna be one of the next two batches I make. We're gonna make the original two that we made.
So for
So it's gonna be
me,
like a cherry, like a sweet and tart cherry mixed with some cinnamon for one of them, and then the other one's gonna be a traditional with some good spices. It's like a methigallin they call it.
you said collab things and then you named things that they collabed with, but I have no idea what any of the ones that you just named are. So
Yeah, they have like 6 new videos on their Steam page,
oh, okay.
like a bunch of new collabs and stuff they did.
Isn't that, I mean, I guess that's one of those like hopefully if they fix their servers, because when I think when we were running it together, or it was whoever had the server configured, it was just not exactly ideal
Yeah,
sometimes.
it wasn't strong enough, whatever wherever it was being hosted.
Yeah.
It possibly could have the same kind of issues that
Nara,
ours was having with Voyagers of Nera.
Nara has, yeah.
Yeah. It
But
may have been like one of those auto host things where you go to the host and you're like, I want this server, and they go, okay, here's that server,
here's that
but it's not
server.
quite configured
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Mm-mm-mm.
So that's possibly what's happening because I do know that Sakurajima. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's a whole new island in Power World.
Oh yeah.
And it's one that I'm pretty sure you would love.
Oh no.
It's got Sakuras everywhere.
I was kind of wondering when you said Sakurajima. a little bit nervous there. Could give that a go. I mean, Noobtastic requested that we do Voyages of Nira for our community hangout, which it might be this Friday or it might move it to next Friday, the 22nd, when Vertec is back. If you guys want Vertec to be a part of it, we should probably just move it to the 22nd for the Discord hangout. But
we doing Friday or we doing Saturday?
Well, no. So there's the Discord hangout and then there's the live stream.
Gotcha. Yeah. Fair.
Yeah.
I told you my brain was mush.
No,
today.
It's okay. This is a newer thing that I'm trying to get us to get down. I just didn't anticipate you being traveling this week when I made the plans for it to be this week.
Yeah.
So I had planned this at least a month ago.
Yeah, we could do some Voyages in Europe because I mean we can have up to 10 people in there. So
yeah. Also, we already paid for the server for that, so we can progress that a little bit more. Yay, Nira. Yep. Excuse me. So we'll probably do the Discord hangout where we'll play the game on the 22nd, because typically our live streams for the community hangout is us just chatting. We could probably try to do an in-game thing. Just don't expect us to do a whole lot. Because again, the whole intention is us being fully focused on stream and not like running around doing stuff necessarily.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I kind of had left a lot of space in today's stream for people to come and chat with us about ESO, but I don't know if there's a whole lot to chat about with ESO.
Yeah, I think honestly, until we get into it, we're going to be kind of just talking randomly about what is this and what is that, and tell us about this and tell us about that.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
once
exactly.
we can dive in and start doing like the character creator and like picking classes and things like that, then we'll have to talk about it.
Yeah. Sure. I'd like to be able to push the progress so we can get to the third biome before next biome underwater comes out. Okay.
Yes.
That'll probably be done on the 22nd then. There's a lot of ESO, but not a lot to say without spoilers. That's fair. And that's kind of what Vertec was getting at. I'm just saying, we had so many people giving us so much information about scars that I really appreciated that. It was kind of fun being on the opposite side of everything where we like don't really know anything and we're asking all these questions. But I feel like I've talked about scars a lot, unless Vertec there's anything with scars that you want to discuss still. But I feel like we've covered scars pretty thoroughly.
I just say my one major expectation for the next testing phase is that they put capes in the game. Because man,
be a super
every single slot, decent stuff for every single slot except for cape.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see it once. I didn't see anyone.
Yes, need capes. A lot of yes. You have gear, weps, etc. waiting for you. Yeah. Oracle keeps letting us know. So when we get
that's going to be the other question is when we do the Discord hangout, are we going to do the live server or are we going to do the closed off one that we're trying to have be like the progression server?
We should do the community one. There were capes, Taylor?
Yeah, didn't find a single one. And I opened a lot of chests. And I think I did every single quest in the game. And I looked at all the crafting places and I didn't see anywhere to craft it.
Yeah, I tried. There was even a cape slot. Yeah, but he's saying like there's a cape slot, but there's no cape to get.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything to put there.
Kayloon's trolling now.
That's very possible. It's very possible.
Probably. But anyway, I'm here to play OC. Okay, Fane.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Oh, Lord.
it's one of those things that like basically the main issues that I think we had, and Taylor made a really good post on this, and I ended up putting my thoughts on this as well, is the ability to upgrade your weapons, or like as you make it. Basically it's very RNG. It feels kind of what you call it? I think Tay, you called this like gacha-y. It feels very gacha-y. Those are some good thoughts. Of course, I try to keep it only on topic because you were discussing specifically like the crafting stuff. So I didn't add some of my other thoughts on other things with that. But some of the ones that I pointed out was being able to see like chat and in my inventory while creating like a weapon, so I know how much I have of stuff. And then obviously the update to you experienced this bug too, Vertec, where it showed you 0 for like the wood, but you had like 20 out of 30, for example.
Yeah.
So like those I felt were kind of like the obvious bug problems, but it would be nice to be able to see like chat for like in a party while cutting down a tree or something. And then also being able to know, for example, kind of like what Ashes was trying to do, being able to know like if I put in this particular item for like this weapon, I'm going to be able to get this output specifically, because while it's awesome that I as a mage can make a mage hat, I don't need a strength and dexterity mage hat. I need an intelligence mage hat, and the mage hat kept coming out with like strength and dex on it, and I'm like, okay, cool, thanks, I guess. And
Yeah, if they will dial in on some of that stuff would be good.
Yeah, show me XP gains and loot stuff in the chat box. Yes, that too. That would be nice. I'd love to see, like, I know they don't have the UI fully fleshed out, so I don't think that they have the I don't think that they have like the button to push to see like your different levels for the different crafting skills and things like that. But yeah, a lot of the UI stuff is coming. I wanted to play a pirate. Yeah. I think Oracle wants to play pirate too. I wanted to play mystic. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious how Mystic's gonna pan out, like exactly what it does.
Yeah.
And pirate, yeah, those two honestly are kind of like the big mystery, right? Like we've seen summoners and necromancers and a bunch of other games, so we kind of have a decent idea on what they could be. How they're executed could be different.
I'm really confused by this. People responding with just sell the items you don't want on the auction house was so weird, because it would be class locked, and other people also don't want bad gear for the same reason you don't. Are you talking about like eventually, or like in this testing? Because I didn't see any sort of auction house or bank. It would be nice to have a bank. Granted, again, this is a technical alpha. We understood what like the expectation was for it. That's why we held back on like a lot of the feedback that we have. Not because we don't think it's valuable, but it's because it's not the point of the test. I'm talking about the feedback people gave in the thread that you responded to. Okay. Yeah. I mean, at least let me turn one that has a horrible stat into maybe being a Wizzy. Happy Tuesday. Cheers.
Wizzy.
Happy Tuesday, friends, says Wizzy. 50 months. 50. 50 months.
50. 55.
I can't math right now.
Right now, Wizzy, even if you cannot see it.
I cannot math right now. That is a little over 4 years. Like 4 years and 2 months. I'm getting all grown up. You are. Wizzy's basically been with us from the beginning. Pretty much.
Yeah.
But we were talking about Scars of Honor playtest, Wizzy, and we're gonna be doing the ESO thing next. I don't know if you played ESO. We have yet to play ESO.
Going to be brand new for us. And then in June, when it switches over to whatever the new version is, it's going to be new to us once again.
Yeah. Yep. Old Man McMasty is your next tune name. We really do need a lot of feedback on the crafting. The main feedback I've read and heard is that people would rather quit the game than dealing with the crafting or gacha with quick time events. See, I don't have an issue with the mini games. I don't think it's worth quitting over, but I feel like this kind of goes back to a conversation Lunar and I had in the voice chat this week where basically instead of like meeting the devs halfway and giving them reasoning for things, oftentimes you just hear like the outlying response that's overly negative typically, of like, I just hate this. Okay, well, why do you hate this? Well, I hate this because XYZ. Okay, well, that makes sense. Well, what would make it feel better?
Yeah, but that's also the other thing is sometimes, I mean, like you heard with AOC, you heard like Steven and the other devs saying, you know, just tell us what's not working or how it feels. Does it feel good? Do you enjoy it? Do you not enjoy it? And we'll figure out the rest. It's like there's some other devs out there that are like that as well. They're not really looking for someone to define a solution. Just everybody tell us like, how do you feel about this? What feels bad about it?
Yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to like the crafting part, I mean, the biggest thing I could say that should have some kind of a change down the line, and this is also not knowing what they have planned already, but just being able to dial in a little bit better. Because seeing a wand that has strength on it is like, why does that exist there? I don't get it. Why is it even an option to appear on a wand completely randomly?
Yeah, that's fair. Noobtastic says same games are fine, could be fine tuned, but still okay. That's a total lack of control of the results that feel bad. Use your skills to get perfects all the way and end up with junk. Yeah, that's a big feels bad moment. And Tayloon says the main reason for quitting was why would I play this over another game that does it better? There are people who just make gathering and crafting their main thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm aware that people make it their main thing, but instead of just saying, why would I do this? I'd rather just quit. Put in what other game you think does it better, right? Like let them know, like granted, to a degree, right? There's a certain level of, well, if you like it that much, you should go play that game. But when the developers are saying, this is open development, we want to hear your thoughts. If there's a better way that we can do this, let us know what that is. And it's one of those things where it's just like, just give us your feedback on like how that other game did it better. And who knows, maybe they'll be able to kind of grab a couple pieces of a couple of different games that have done it better and come up with a different system that feels different but about the same in terms of how well it feels. And that's why most of my feedback was discussing things like how Genshin did it. Vertec, you and I have talked about this multiple times. Having a mini game that you play a couple of times, that every time you like complete it for that recipe, you gear towards a certain goal. If it's easy, it's 5 times. If it's medium, it's 10 times. If it's hard, it's 15 times, for example. And if you hit that goal, you don't have to sit there and play the mini game anymore. But if you did, you would get better stats instead of just baseline stats. But at least that way, if you're just trying to level and you're not trying to like get some amazing item out of it, then that really breaks down a lot of the redundancy of playing that mini game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it would also cut down on the redundancy of a mini game when it comes to crafting if each individual craft was more impactful.
Yeah.
But more impactful, I mean, not just bigger stats that are chosen randomly, but legitimately it takes you a good bit of time to collect the materials. And so then you can collect a couple extra materials to actually have more fine-tuned control over what you're making.
Yeah.
And that also gives you more experience towards leveling up.
Yeah. And Grandpa says, oh, sorry, I thought you were done. Go ahead.
Because I mean, at that point, it's comparable to going out and PvEing, and you could either go out and slay 100,000 level 1 creatures or like 100 level 50s. And it's your choice. You want to do a couple big things, and it's going to take more effort and more risk and more whatever, or a ton of small things.
Yeah. Grandpa was saying like crafting a mage hat and getting strength multiple times is not cool. Yeah. Like I was trying to like my final thing for Cozy Quest was trying to craft a mage hat, and I got pretty good stats like in terms of like my timing. I got like 1 perfect and 2 goods on a couple of times. And it's just one of those things where it, even though I did like pretty decently, it still ended up with like stats I didn't even want on it. And it was like the tiniest bar Vertec because it was such a difficult. The fishbowl picture of Vertec is like him picking. Yes, Tayloon made that. I'm getting. This is the first time I've ever gotten creeper vibes from him. Tayloon did that.
You're welcome.
But
enjoy the creeper vibes.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where I feel like they could do it better. I feel like they could make it so if you want strength, like, I don't know, perhaps as a paladin, you do want strength, but as a mage, I don't. And maybe I want vitality instead. Well, then I can just change out this one thing to give me vitality or strength instead. And then now I'm controlling what my things come out as, I guess. I'm not a huge fan of crafting systems that heavily utilize RNG. Yeah, same. Feels kind of bad. My favorites are always the ones that let you feel like you're literally designing an item. ESO is that. Okay, well, that's good to know. ESO has that to a certain extent. The games I've seen do it best in recent memory were unfortunately Nightingale. I've never played that one. Erwin, hello, friend. Welcome to the tavern. We have a Vertec from far who can't be on camera because poor signal. So the sending only sends voice, not voice and video. People were like,
and
if
the only thing the portal captured was me peeking in through the door, people going, hello.
Is anybody home? People were like, if the skill bar is too small, just craft 100 swords and 100 leather helmets to get a higher level to make it better. But that's pretty insane with all the gathering crafting. Yeah. I'm old. First thing I thought of was Vertec's image being like, hey, Vern.
Oh my God.
He seems fishy. He seems fishy. Yeah, Tay. But also, like, hi, Metal. Welcome in. But also, like, the alchemy compared to cooking was so much harder to level because it was harder to find all the pieces, and I couldn't for the life of me find any milky sap anywhere. Which chat was like, don't make any jokes about it. Don't make any jokes about it, chat.
Yeah, I've been curious how Nightingale's been going. I know it looked like it was going to be good. I know when it launched, there was a big hoopla about how it wasn't doing so well, and I never checked in on it after that.
Yeah, apparently.
There's probably a lot of other people that did that.
Apparently, it unfortunately had a rough launch and never took off. It's still available, but development's sort of on an indefinite hold. So that's unfortunate. How are you guys? How are you, Metal? How are you, Erwin? Welcome home? ? Welcome into the tavern. Either way, if you're home or not. I know sometimes Noobtastic tunes in on his way home, so.
Yeah, for the sake of Nightingale and the studio that's making it, I hope it wasn't like their last hurrah to try to get more money because they like ran out of money for development and they were like, we need to put this on Steam to get money influx. and then they didn't get that money influx that they were hoping for, and that's maybe why it's on.
Fingers
I hope
crossed.
not, because it looked like I had some promise.
Yeah. It's hard to just also relaunch a game. Like, there's certain things where sure you could like shut down an account or like delete a video or whatever and put it back up and hope it gets more traction the next time. But with an entire video game, that's harder. Taylor says need to push for modular crafting recipes. You want to craft a specific thing with just the right stats. All right, here's your shopping list. Hunt down specific creatures, gather, travel the world. Yeah, exactly. It promotes exploration and also like a deeper level that I feel like it would fit with the game considering the talent tree. Erwin says I have the sickness, so soup and rest for him. Relaunch Wild Star. Oh, Wizzy, you and Vertec both hope for that.
Yes, relaunch WildStar, do it. NCSoft just license it out for a certain amount of profit to whoever's trying to rebuild it right now.
Yeah. Lunar says, no, there were some really specific reasons it didn't do great at launch. It's really unfortunate because very quickly got very good, but the big window of interest they had already passed. So everybody's over here shouting for WildStar. The idea is to have large world to explore. Why not use it? Yeah, exactly.
The hantavirus?
Excuse me.
Oh my goodness. The Plague version 3.0.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think that there's a lot of things that they can probably do better. I know that they're going through and they're looking at like what bugs they need to fix, but they did call for feedback. So this is the part where I'm like, okay, you want feedback? Here's all of my feedback. I mean, granted, we gave some feedback while we were playing, but I tried to keep most of my feedback focused on the technical parts of the alpha that we were testing. And most of the other things in mind of like they don't have this built out quite yet. So
Yeah.
Very fair, Owen. But
Yeah, I've always thought it'd be nifty if there's a crafting system that allowed like flexible selection of stats on the gear just by gathering more of certain parts of the recipe.
or
like, if you wanted to have more like strength-based stuff, it would be metals. If you wanted it to be more like or maybe more stone, I don't know.
yeah.
But yeah, like alternate between like more stone, more metal, or more wood.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I was gonna say, I would love even just being able to do the exploration part of it, where you have a base recipe and then something question mark, right? So like the base recipe is what you need for everything. And the question mark is the questionable item of if you add this, what else would you get out of it? Let's say going down Vertex route there, herbs might have like some sort of healing effect. The stone might have like some sort of defense or vitality, the metal having strength, etc. So like having something where there's like an unknown item in the crafting recipe would be cool. Or also like for alchemy specifically, alchemy and cooking specifically, being able to just play with ingredients. What?
Erwin, I know you just said that you're sick and all, but there's only so much you can blame on sickness. Those kinds of statements are just not right. I love the RNG crafting in scars, he says.
Yeah, I saw that.
You're fired. You're fired.
I was about to get to that part next.
Go home. Take a sick day.
He is home. He's taking a sick day. Taylor says we also need it that the base resources will always have some kind of use, so starting gathering zones aren't just abandoned after a while. Yeah, and I mean, only having level 1 and 2 that I saw at least access to recipes and stuff, you were I don't know what that means though. So
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what that means though. So
I didn't know what you were trying to ask for. And also during a summit, I can't exactly ask you to delve in deeper to that.
because I
But
mean, if that's the case, like, are you saying you just want to walk up to like a crafting bucket and you just throw in like some rocks and some wood and I don't know, maybe a gem and you come out with chicken noodle soup? Like, do you want like true RNG? Like you just dump some stuff in and whatever happens, happens? Because that's how it feels to me when I'm like, let me make a shield. Shit, why is it purely like intel and dex and critical hit rate? I need block and I need armor and I need strength and constitution. It's a
yeah,
shield for crying out loud. I need to block stuff.
yeah, that would be true, RNJ. True.
Yeah,
Lunar
yeah.
Lunar says that's how Nightingale's crafting worked. Different types of wood, metal, etc. literally had stats. Crafting recipes didn't require specific woods or metals, usually just wood or metal. Different hides, metals, woods, etc. could all be used to create the same item, and it affected stats, appearance, and everything. I love that. So two leather coats might look different and have different stats depending on the materials. I love that.
Hmm.
So I might want to try and just obviously, I know it's not really in development anymore, but just to like throw them a coin, kind of like with Gorgon, at some point, go back and just try that, just to try that. Um, but to continue on, Lunar says, so like my leather coat could be made of deer hide with linen lining and brass buttons. Your coat might be ogre hide with silk lining and gold buttons. Same item technically, but different stats, different appearances. And then Newtastic says, Erwin wants to fish for gear. Throw a line in the forge and see what you drag out. um, but Erwin says, but no, still class targeted RNG. But that was the problem, Erwin. I was making a mage hat and I kept getting dexterity and strength out of it and not any intelligence.
Yeah, I'd much rather have to gather for twice as long, have twice as difficult of a mini game for crafting, and get relatively exactly what I want instead of like, okay, so it's going to be a shield, and that's all I know.
I'll scale for armor. What? um Jalen says people are so starved for loot boxes that they're now trying to turn crafting into them. I'll fish. Okay, gotcha. You'll fish for armor. Yeah, fair.
Yeah, how'd you like the fishing mini game,
Yeah.
Erwin?
Yeah.
Mr. Fisher?
Felt like it was similar to I think what people were saying was my brain's blanking on the game. I've only played Stardew Valley. But I kind of would rather trying to follow a fish left and right, maybe using the A and D keys more rather than trying to guess where the fish is going to stop.
Yeah, see, I think the best fishing was, I think it was Final Fantasy 15. That one felt good because it felt like you actually had to react to what the fish was doing,
Yeah.
which seems like that's what Scars of Honor was trying to go with. Like the fish is going to go here and go there, and you can't just immediately whip your fishing pole in the opposite direction, right? Yeah, there's going to be a
Yeah.
little bit of lag time to it.
Well,
So I see what they're going for, but if that lag time was like maybe cut in half or something.
yeah. I was just so more so meaning like um there was a mini game. I forgot what game I was playing. Maybe somebody in chat will know. There's a mini game for fishing where like you were tugging left or right to try and follow the fish, like the direction the fish was going. So it would like relieve tension, so your line wouldn't snap, for example, and reel it in.
Mm.
Um, and so it was similar with A&D, but it's more like following the fish to loosen the line rather than straining against the fish. I don't know. Um, I can't think of what game I had that in, but it was similar. Yeah, Lunar, I know it's no longer in development. My point was if I was interested enough in Nightingale, I would be willing to purchase it on Steam to throw them a couple of bucks, just to put in like the appreciation of what they were attempting to do, for example. Good. I miss AFK fishing to get a beer. You could disassemble and get most of the materials back. It wouldn't be so bad. Yeah, that would be nice too. Being able to at least disassemble the item that I made and maybe even get some more XP from that too, because it's taking more of your time. Grandpa says, yeah, fishing needs some tweaking for sure. Tayloon said, oh yeah, I understand that, Lunar. I don't really care. That would be fine. Tayloon says the thing with the fishing is every mini game makes you click E and you are in control. And then the fishing minigame suddenly thinks it's allowed to be special and to not feel like fishing, which TV just said sounds more like actual fishing. That's fair. That game did not take for me. Are you talking about the Nightingale Twiggy? Yeah, it didn't take for a lot of people. But yeah. Apparently it did not take for a lot of people, according to what Lunar said. But I do not need a game to be continuously in development or a finished game for me to be like, I appreciate what you're doing here. If I really appreciate what they're doing there. Like, it's just a way of supporting somebody else. That's the main point I was making. It's just, I wanted to give them some support and show them that like I appreciated their efforts if it was something I was interested in.
Yeah.
So the problem with RNG crafting is also if we both take the same amount of time gathering and crafting, we both succeed at it, and we duel, why should I have less stats? I succeeded crafting. Imagine losing a PvP fight because of crafting RNG issues.
Oh my god. Rolling up to the battle with a full set of armor you just got done crafting just to be like, well, I think I'm going to re-equip the starter gear.
Yeah.
None of this turned out good.
Yeah, fair.
But all your materials are gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's like the second time Oracle's brought that up. I notice when Oracle brings up things like multiple times, like he really likes them or like really is interested in it. I think it's funny. I appreciate it. Aragon also said they want to add PvP zones where you drop a piece of gear when you die. Ugh. Brother, ugh. Imagine losing a piece of gear because you got RNG punished. Why? I mean, also, like, imagine losing a piece of gear at all. Like, I don't like that. I am much more fine with Ashes making me lose items upon death than I am making a game making me lose literal gear over PvP. That just further accentuates the fact that I will never touch that area. I don't care how valuable something in there is. Like, as soon as you put, yeah, your time and effort will get wasted because somebody murdered you in the game. To that extent, that tells me all I need to know for that system.
Yeah, and there was talk about it being around like world bosses, and I mean, I don't know how far they're going to go with that, but I kind of hope not. Like,
yeah, just spent 6 hours gathering and crafting because of the RNG currently. If if it doesn't get fixed, just to lose it to being ganked.
I mean, granted, a piece of gear is better than a full loot drop, but still.
Yeah, I agree, but it's also, I don't know, it could be questionable because if I have, like they said that if you die in PvP, you don't drop your loot, but you do drop your gear. And if I had just finally gotten this one piece the way that I wanted it, just for me to drop that one piece, I literally spent the last 10 hours trying to make. I think that would be enough for me to like riot over.
Just saying, you're always going to be taking like your second best set of gear to go take down a world boss.
Chibi Riot. Yeah, dropping gear because of PvP is a hard full stop for me. Yeah, yeah. Chibi Riot. Chibi Riot. Anchor Chibi. And then you don't have gear. Imagine now being too weak to get the materials you need to make new gear. Yeah. I lost more to game crashes in the desert. Twiggy said it reminds them of Dune. I wouldn't riot. I just leave. I mean, my rioting would be me leaving. I would be like, F this, leaves. Chibi has left the chat. Yeah, no. I'm being a little bit melodramatic, but that's genuinely how I would feel. So.
Yeah, I haven't been a fan of full loot drop games in forever. And some loot drop / gear drop game mechanics, I mean, can maybe be tolerated depending on how they set them up, but at the same time, like, kind of exactly how Taylor was saying there, if you can finally start to like scope out your gear and create the thing you want,
yeah,
and you go out and you gather all this stuff, and then you go to make the thing, and you're like, I made the thing, and now we can go take down the boss, guys, because I made a thing for all of us.
Yeah.
And you end up getting wiped because a larger group of people just wanted to go in there and troll others that are trying to fight the world boss.
Yeah.
You wipe your party and everybody drops something.
Yeah.
How many chances are there that they're going to all drop? Not all. Like a good number of them are going to drop the thing you just got done making that was like, this is what's going to save us, guys.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, that kind of goes right back to punishing PvEers for not being good at PvP.
Or even just for, I mean, not expecting it because they're trying to go after one certain type of activity and another one interferes with it. So even if you're good at it.
I'm going under the assumption that was given that this is a world boss open PvP area. So if you're going to get a world boss, you would know that it's an open PvP area, so you should expect it, is my framing. I don't know. I don't like the idea of them being locked behind open PvP areas, personally. I get that some people really love that, but I do not, personally.
Yeah, I was just getting on the idea that you might not always expect a group 2-3 times your size that's literally just existing just to troll people trying to go after the world boss.
Yeah, that's fair.
In the woods until somebody goes to engage it, and then they jump out and just take you out after you get it down to halfway.
I'm just kind of getting like zerged. Yeah.
Healers are starting to get to the point where they struggle with mana a little bit, and they got to start like taking it easy, and positioning's key, and then they just get swarmed, and everybody falls over dead.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't. That doesn't sit right with me. Sorry, Venelin, or anybody from Scars of Honor or Beast Burst listening. Like that does not appeal to me whatsoever.
I mean, honestly, the biggest troll that you could possibly do is just roll up and slay the tank.
Yeah.
Or plural. And then just the boss goes out and takes out everyone else.
Yeah.
You don't got to even lift much of a finger. Start looting bodies.
Yeah, not at that point. Becomes easier to take over. But
yeah.
You would think game developers would learn with from all the other open world PvP games. I mean, it's one of those, like, I don't know if they've played all these other types, but it's one of those, they have an idea in their mind of how they'd like the game to function, and ideally, in an ideal world, it functions that way. However, I'm sure, as Venelin has noticed, the ideal world and the real world aren't exactly the same, to the point that he had to threaten to put God mode on when people were ganking him.
Ideal world. And then there's the world with players in it.
Yeah. Also, remember, you get scars from old bosses. Imagine trying to help Vertek get his first scar, and you end up with no scar and no gear. Yeah, that's even worse. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's especially punishing of PvEers, because like PvEers are just gonna be like probably not the greatest at PvP. And I'm saying probably not the greatest because you'd be surprised. Somebody might be really good at PvE and be like, "Oh, I got this," and then like, congratulations, it's their first time ever trying PvP, and they end up really liking it. That's awesome. That's a great output. But at worst, it's like, I guess at best it's punishing a PvE, or at worst it's being zerged down, regardless of PvE or PvP.
Then you got to look at there's probably different gear sets for PvE versus PvP, and if an entire group is geared up and spec'd out for PvE, and
Yeah.
you get jumped by PvP players, so then you always have to handicap yourself by being kind of halfway in the middle of.
Yeah. Because, like, maybe you geared up for the specific boss that you're going after, but because you geared up for that boss, you're under geared for the raid of PvPers that decided to come after you. Because they expected that you would gear up for the boss, so they know what your weak point is, perhaps, at that point.
Oh, and after all my gear has fire resistance for this boss, and no PvPers using fire at all. They're just straight coming at me with battle hammers, smashing my face in.
Yeah, exactly, Tayloon. Exactly. Anything left behind PvP is a no-go for me. I agree. But yeah, I mean, that's my opinion. And I mean, that's also why I'm kind of glad I'm not like 1000% in for Scars of Honor. I'm kind of like observing from the side rather than like being like, yeah, Scars of Honor, the way that we were with Ashes. Because I think somebody made a really good point the other night, excuse me, of being in Ashes made it so that we were hoping it would become what we were promised initially. But being on the outside of these other games, we're not taking at face value, I guess, the promise of what the game should be, but rather looking at what it is as we're testing it. But it's just one of those things that it's like, I'm not necessarily bothered by what happened with Ashes necessarily. I'm more so being more mindful, I guess, because Vertek and I we'd been there for so long that we were waiting for it to be more like what we were told it was going to be back in 2017 when we backed it. And the longer that time went on, the more we were kind of sitting there staring at it, being like, yeah, I don't know if they're intending on being like that anymore. Because it did start feeling very PvP heavy versus more balanced, which is what we thought they meant when they said PvX.
Yeah.
So, Taylor said, I said that, I think. Lunar said, I'm sure as hell bothered by what happened with Ashes, and I wasn't even in that community. Fair. Oracle, I think you meant scarred by Ashes.
Also scared now.
Also scared? Yeah, true. I knew where it was heading right before Alpha 2 launched. Yeah, we were definitely not necessarily blindsided because a lot of people are like, oh, they pulled the rug out from under you. There was a lot of things Vertek and I were looking at being like, I don't know about this, but we'll see, I guess. But yeah, personally for me, I'm not scared. Not scared by Ashes. A little bit scarred, but not very scared. But I guess Vertek's scared by Ashes.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm still scared of the game so much as just scared about investing too much time, effort, and care into any other single project.
Yeah. What is entirely lost, exhausted by Ashes? Yes. What is entirely lost with this design concept is people play games to have fun. I like PvP quite a lot, but when I start losing my stuff, I'm so out. I can't see what would be fun about that. Yeah, exactly. Salutations. Hello, Eric. Welcome back. How are you? We're discussing ESO and, well, primarily right now, Scars of Honor's playtest and our thoughts on it. Tayloon was just enlightening us that they were talking about open world PvP areas where the world bosses are. And if you die in that, you lose a piece of gear. And so we're discussing about how we're not exactly fond of that idea. So just so you know what we're talking about right now. If someone was into ashes and just doesn't care anymore about what happened, it means they can't be ashed. Okay. I enjoyed testing it. We enjoyed testing it as well. I think that Scars of Honor's test was pretty decent for the focus being technical. I feel like they had a good amount of quest and leveling and talents and things to mess with to, one, give us an idea of how it's intended to kind of work, but two, give them an idea of how well the server's handling it. I'm glad you guys went so hard on Ashes. You've brought me countless hours of smiles. Aww. Well, that means a lot. I'm glad that we have a community that supports us post Ashes. That means a lot to me too. We would not be here without you guys. I definitely feel
You're afraid
that.
there's gonna be a mass exodus and just people disappearing.
Oh yeah.
You never see them again.
It was.
Granted, some people did, but
it was a huge gamble on if there was a tavern post Ashes. We were not entirely sure how many people or if people were gonna stick around. But we had to see, and I feel like it has been very humbling in like the most sweet way possible to know that we have a community that cares. So it's nice.
love you folks. Yeah, miss Doc Burns too.
Yeah. Open world full loot PvP guarantees you lose the vast majority of MMO players. It's already a niche genre. Yeah. Well, it's not full loot PvP. It's just one piece of gear. But still, that's even bad. I have no idea how those zones would even be interesting. If you add too many incentives to go there, it's a honeypot, and if you add nothing, it's a dead zone. Yeah, it's definitely a balance, Tayloon. Definitely a balance. Which, by the way, I saw you were a mod in training, so congratulations on that.
Kitty.
I'm assuming you applied and that you wanted that, so that's why I'm saying congratulations. But
Get it, Tay.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, I think that's also part of the reason why some of the core MMOs, quote unquote core MMOs, are the core MMOs, because they figured out what the general populace of MMO players want out of a game. Do they please everybody? No, but you can't. And the games that try to
the vast majority, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And that's why Guild Wars, Final Fantasy XIV, and World of Warcraft come back on top all the time. And I can't speak for ESO because I've not tried ESO, but we're about to, so I'll be able to speak for it then a little bit more. But I mean, ESO, Guild Wars 2, Final Fantasy XIV, World of Warcraft, those are the top 4 that I always hear mentioned, so, for good reason, probably. But
I must, at least on my hand, make a sad statement that I think I'm fading.
That's okay.
So I'm gonna need to run away here.
We can end it a little early because I don't, unless chat has things that they want to talk about. I'm running out of topics too. Most of the stuff I saw on, yeah, that's fair. Most of the stuff I saw on Scars of Honor, for example, were like little nitpicky things that I didn't feel need to cover. So
yeah,
didn't really see anything there, and I didn't. Huh?
And yeah, Eric, that's pretty much spot on right there. give everyone their own little playground to do exactly what they
Yeah.
want and let it mingle a little bit. Like there's still the PvE objectives and the PvP servers, and there's still some PvP, like organized PvP in the PvE servers. But everyone gets their playground to do it as they
Aw.
wish.
That's awesome, Tay. What about Conan, Twiggy? I don't know.
Another game that had like open world and
Okay.
kind of flopped, in my opinion, because of it.
Yeah, it's also,
And
wasn't that
apparently, it was a
like
really good game.
more of a survival game?
I mean, with how many people were going to be jumping at you from the trees, while you're going down, minding your own business. In a way, it was a survival game.
Oh man. Guys, I don't know who to raid over to. The one person that I was thinking of raiding over to, we already raided over to, like last stream, which is Wraithcrawler playing Forever. This old go to sleepy somehow. Good night, Wizzy. And awesome Tay, that's really awesome. You have a friend who wouldn't mind a raid? Can you give me their name first? I am very picky. I'm going to be honest. I'm extremely picky with who we raid over to. If they have their chat on followers only, I do not like raiding over to those streams. Crimsonia. Okay. I'll look that up. Crimsonia. Crimosnia. Some people just want to pick flowers, and those are the people MMOs need most generally. Yeah. Echoes of the End. I don't know what this game is. You know what? This time I would be fine with just going ahead and reading over to her. But by the way, we do have a Guide the Raid redeem that you could always use in the future to suggest things. But I did ask like if any of you guys had somebody, so that would be cool. Take care of you as well, Eric. Yeah, I was gonna say I can spend the points if you want. Either or. Kind of running out of people to read at the moment because we mainly followed a lot of Ash's people. But Vertec, I know you're fading, so I want to get you out as quickly as possible. Is there anything you want to say to the peoples?
Well, I mean, outside of the usual, that your time is your most valuable asset you spent the year. We always appreciate that. Thanks for joining us on all the wild journeys. Since we did talk about the Ashes and the world after, you're joining us in it and giving us nice suggestions for things to check out, things to do.
Yeah.
People to meet.
Yeah. And Vertec, I hope you get some good rest.
I'm going to probably be passed out within about 5 minutes of closing this thing down.
Okay, well, you deserve it. You drove a lot. Tay says sleep well. Grandpa says thanks for the stream. Tayloon says I actually suggested a PvE server and had PvE players tell me they don't want that. They want no PvP for anyone. See, I hate that. Like, have a PvE server, have a PvP server. Let the PvPers have some fun too. Come on.
Yeah, that's kind of wild. Like, by all means, don't shut down the PvP players. Let them have their fun too, but just let them have their fun together with other people who want the same thing.
Yeah. Tay also said, I'm surprised with how much Scar seems to want to mix PvE and PvP. I feel like we might actually have some PvE servers with special rules to not lose those people. Yeah, I was like, for somebody who's, I guess, inspired by World of Warcraft, that's very not, I guess maybe classic. That's very classic of them, question mark. But also kind of not, question mark. I wasn't there for classic, so I can't speak to the original, like, vanilla. Excuse me. But all right, we are gonna raid over to Lunar's friend. So as always, make sure you bring a drink for her. No starting area wasn't fun in Scars. Yeah, but you were starting mid-game, kind of, in my opinion. Not like first time actually getting into the game as a level 1. So I'm sure those will be coming, Theo. But by the way, welcome in.
And how was that about the Sacred Order getting 4 legendary treasure chests right off their back door of one of their towns?
Yeah. Or getting killed after loading it anyway. Yeah, I mean they ended up fixing that. I hope that they leave it that way later. But I apologize. I know Vertec you are fading, and it's been a long day for me too. I know it's only Tuesday, but it's been a long week. And with me not having anything in mind of other topics to discuss, I don't really want to drag this out too long. But I'll be back Thursday to play some Wild Heart, and it's going in beta on Friday, so we'll be probably announcing the winners of our giveaway in our Discord for Wild Heart access, live on stream or before stream. But either way, I won't have the keys until Friday. So until then, yeah, same Lunar, same. Until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday. And if I don't see you on Thursday, I hope to see you on Sunday. Hope you have a good rest of your week. And like Vertex said, you can't necessarily get your time back, and we can't give you a refund even if you asked. But we do appreciate you spending that time here with us and chatting with us. You could have been doing your own live stream talking about the games that you want to play, or that what you liked about games that you have played, but you are here doing it with us, and that means a lot. But while we can't give you a refund, we can give you a receipt. So hope everyone hope you have some peace of mind with that. Although I can't confirm that the IRS would appreciate your receipt that you get. So, keep that in mind for what it's worth. But until next time, friends. Bye.
Take care, everyone.